Welcome, what is up? Thank you for tuning back into the Chaos Lair. Of course, I'm Chris Chaos, and this is the 411 for almost the Christmas episode of Monday Night Raw from Providence, Rhode Island, excuse me. You like my tree topper? It's a little better. Anyway, by the way, go Gators. I have to pull this out once a year to be able to wear it just a couple of times. Man. Raw, normally I'll go through the show and I can't do it. I gotta just hit the high points. First and foremost, the Women's Royal Rumble, like, my heart is just pounding out of my chest right now. Like, you can't tell. Like, I'm keeping it pretty cool, but I am really, really, really effing excited about this. Like, you just have no clue how excited I am for this. We all wanted this last year. Now, we're going to get it this year. It's going to be amazing. Couple questions. Is it going to be 20 stars? Is it going to be 30 stars? If it's 30, who are we bringing up? If we're not bringing up anybody, we're going to bring anybody back from the Mae Young Classic, which I think we should do. Does the winner get a shot at their respective champion at WrestleMania? Or wherever they want to do it. Does it go on first? It doesn't need to go on last, in my opinion. But some people might disagree, and probably some of the women as well. The Royal Rumble, is so iconic that you can't change that. Not in their first year. Not in the first year. You have to test it out to see how it's going to go before you decide to do something like that. Because if you put the women on last, you got to go full board, and you've got to have it next year. You've got to. It's too much pressure, I think, to put it on last. Let's put it on first, because I think it'll do a really good job of getting everybody really hyped. And you don't want to go back-to-back Royal Rumbles. Let's just be honest. That's a lot. That's like doing two huge matches at WrestleMania, like doing Triple H and or that year that you did The Rock, Hogan, and then you did Triple H and Chris Jericho, back to back. It's hard. Although I think there was a filler match in between those, but anyway, may have been the women's title match actually, but I digress. There was a lot of good things to come off of Raw, not just the announcement of the Women's Royal Rumble. By the way, Stephanie looked amazing again, as always. I'm just going to throw that out there. We get a triple threat match announced for Royal Rumble for Brock's Big Red title, which is nice. I called that 2 weeks ago, by the way. Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan had a really, really intense opening match. Rollins gets the Duke, but I really, really thought, and I've said this several times, Jason Jordan has got to get a win somehow, a big win over somebody. And I think he needs to pull the tights or feet on the rope to get it. That's just me, because he's really good and he's coming this close. You got to turn him heel and you got to make him, again, this is just my opinion on it. The whole Kurt Angle's my dad thing is not working. It's really, really turned into a curse. They wanted that. They come up with these ideas to make it it's a blessing to people, but it's really a curse. It's not helping him at all. Balor had a really good handicap match against Axel and Dallas. A little botchy, I'm not gonna lie. There was a couple little spots, and there were botchy moments all over Raw. I'm just gonna but I'm trying not to throw huge flags on it because I know everybody works hard. Hideo Itami debuts, which is awesome. A day before he was gonna debut on 205 Live, and now it begs the question: is Hideo gonna go back and forth? Is he gonna be the first cruiserweight to be involved in stories with main guys on Raw? Only time will tell. We'll see how that goes. I'm in favor for it, and I know somebody that has a much, much louder voice than I do that's definitely in favor of it, so we'll see how that goes as well. Cedric Alexander beats Drew Gulak in a botchy, wasn't great match at all. I'm glad that Cedric got the win, though. I want to see him and Enzo go at it. I couldn't even listen to commentary once Enzo got on it because it was just him yelling at Michael Cole and Corey and back and forth. And when you add Enzo in with Booker, I couldn't take it. I hate Booker. I think he is atrocious at commentary. You throw Enzo in there, I'm muting it every time. I can't. My ears were bleeding. I can't do this. Asuka beats Foxy. No surprise there. Samoa Joe and the Bar beat Jason Jordan and the Shield, which was crazy to think about. The Revival came back. They beat Slater and Rhino. And then you get the little pep talk kind of from Kurt Angle after they get back from break after the match saying, well, if you want opportunities, you got to do a little bit better. You got to show me something. So let's see where that goes. And then Absolution gets disqualified and give the win to Sasha, Bayley, and Mickey. And then you get the announcement, which I wondered why Stephanie was there. And then it all made sense when all of the girls are in the ring wrestling. Or, well, in the ring fighting. I thought this has got to be the announcement of the Women's Royal Rumble. It's got to be, because they set it up. They lined it up perfect for that to happen. And it did, and they announced it, and it's going to be great. And Stephanie did a fantastic job. I think she was the right person to do it. I don't know if it, because she was there when the Divas Revolution really became a thing, and you brought up Sasha Banks, and you brought up Charlotte, and you brought up Becky, all on that one Monday Night Raw episode. In July of last year? Was it last year? Yeah, I guess it was. Whenever it was. Just really, really special. Was it 2 years ago? My bad. But now you got to think about, is this going to be a 20 women Royal Rumble, or are they going to give it the full treatment? Are they going to do 30? Now, they could do 30, and they could still do it do a minute intervals instead of 2-minute intervals or 90-second intervals, just to kind of speed things up. I also do not, if you're going to call this the Royal Rumble, and they've done women's battle royals, a lot of them in the past, over the top rope, not through the ropes. If you want to be, this is just like my deal with the Lumberjacks. People are no, they should be called Lumberjills. No. You want to do the shit, you do it the right way. It's Lumberjacks. Just stop arguing about it. With this match, you have to go over the top rope. Figure it out. You have 6 weeks to figure out how to book this. Hey, you know what? Call Pat Patterson. I am not that busy, even though I'm way busier now than I've ever been. I'm not busy enough that I wouldn't help try to figure this out. I guarantee you. If they called me up and said, we need you in Philly on the 28th to help book this, I am there. On my own dime, I'll go in to do that, because that is just would be an amazing experience anyway. 10 names I'm going to take, and then I got to go. From the Mae Young Classic. Very important. These are 10 names that should be brought back for this event. And some of them are signed to NXT, some of them are not. We'll see how it goes down the road. My number 1 draft pick, Tessa motherfucking Blanchard. My 1A draft pick, Tony motherfucking Storm. After that, then it just kind of, it's like a log jam for me, personally. Piper Niven, or Viper. Candice LeRae, Abby Lath, the marvelous Mercedes Martinez. By the way, she should use that moniker. Maya Yim, Kaylee Ray, Dakota Kai, and Jazzy Gabert. Could you imagine the reaction that Philly crowd... Look, and I'm going to tell you, Philly is like the second best place to do this. I think the first best place... Well, maybe the third best place. I think the first best place to do this probably would have been in Orlando had, because that's where the Mae Young Classic was, and, the fans know that that's where all this goes down, the hardcores and everything. Chicago would have been the second, or actually 1A to do it. I think Philly is like 1B, I mean, it's like 1A, and 1B, like it's so close together. Great towns, great markets to do this in, and it just happens to be Philly. So we'll see how it turns out on the 28th. I can't wait. I have been wanting this particular match for a long time. Before a lot of people were talking about it, I was hoping that we would get this eventually, and now we have it. So, very happy. A lot went on Raw tonight, which... match quality, a lot of it wasn't great, but you get Hideo, you get the Revival, you get the Women's Royal Rumble announcement. I think it was a pretty decent show. As always, I will see you guys tomorrow night for the 411 on SmackDown Live. I'm also about to film the 411 for Clash of Champions, which I didn't do last night. So be on the lookout for that. Enjoy. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Always, always follow me on Twitter @TheAnswerChaos. And also leave me messages because I kind of like those. Anyway, till next time, deuces. Chaos out.